Hey everybody, this is Beelit, and this is going to be a Black Ops 2 multiplayer reveal trailer breakdown. I want to say before we start that it is nearly impossible to know 100% what all these things are going to mean, but I'm going to do my best to make the best guesses that I can make with the knowledge that I do have. So, if something is wrong, I am very sorry, but I am doing my best to get the most accurate thing that I can try to get. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and head on in. So in this first clip, we're going to see a new secondary grenade or tactical grenade. This I'm calling the shot grenade. I don't know if that's the actual word for it, but he throws it kind of oddly. At first I was thinking, is that going to be like a throwing knife or something, but it actually was a tactical grenade. What I'm thinking this is going to do is going to impair your opponent's movement, possibly their eyesight, maybe even their sound. You see that the animation for this actually has little sparks surrounding the characters. That's a nice touch. The only thing that I kind of want to know more about is how it's going to feel to actually be hit by that. In this next clip, we actually see that this person was spotted through the optics while they were around a corner. I think that that's actually going to be something kind of different, kind of unique, and we see here, this gives us a little bit more evidence as to how it works. I don't think that it's going to automatically spot them. I think what happens is that there's a timed sweep, kind of like how the UAV operates. There's going to be a timed sweep through the optics that's going to reveal anyone who is in a certain range. I think that that's actually going to be a nice touch. I think that that's actually going to help people play a little bit more defensively. So think about, playing defense on maybe a capture the flag game type. The only question is, how big is that range that you can see someone between? That's really the only balance issue that I think could come up from this. As long as the range is respectable, I don't think that this will be a huge problem. I think it'll be a nice feature to have. Now in this clip, we actually see that we have optics that change, similar to the Modern Warfare 3 optics. And we also see this, which I'm going to call this the Guardian, and you're going to see why in just a minute. When he kills those two players, remember that when he killed the player before, there was actually nothing that came up. It didn't say Guardian Suppress. So what I believe happened was the difference between the first kill and the double kill afterwards was him putting down that device called the Guardian. Now this may be a kill streak. This might be equipment. I'm going to lean more towards it being a kill streak, just because you saw in the bottom right corner that the player's kill streak was pretty high up. So I'm going to assume that this is a kill streak, and that the Guardian is based on technology that I believe is actually currently in use. What they would do is they would get these huge speakers, and then they'd play incredibly loud music or very, very loud sounds, which would be designed to make enemy combatants feel kind of sick. So it might make them dizzy, and that could then affect their stomach and make them, lose the desire to start fighting because they're too busy puking. So I believe that it's going to be something similar. This is obviously, I think it's going to be more of a passive device. It's not going to be something that's going to directly kill your opponents. I think what it's going to do is it's going to impair their movement, possibly impair their eyesight and their hearing as well. And I think that it's going to allow you to get easier kills. This could be very effective on long corridors, or long hallways maybe. The only real thing that I want to know a little bit more about with this Guardian device is its range, of course. Because if it's got a small range, what's the purpose? It'll only work for very, specific instances. And then, how durable is it? Will one grenade take it down? Because if so, then there's really not a lot of point in using it if it's going to be so insanely weak. So that's really the only question I have as far as that goes. I think it's a pretty cool thing to implement into the game, and I'm actually pretty excited to see that. It's something new that we haven't really seen before. Now here we actually see something cool. Apparently Riot Shields are back, but they've taken a page from Gears of War, and it looks like now you can actually plant these Riot Shields. So I think that that is something that's really, really cool. If you look to the person to the right, you can see that they've just shot their gun, and the Riot Shield seems to be planted on the ground. Now I don't know if you'll be able to pick it back up and move it around, but I think that this is really cool. Obviously, they're not going to let you shoot while you have the Riot Shield up and are moving. So what you're going to do is you're going to create your cover, and then you're going to shoot over the Riot Shield once you place it on the ground. And I think that that's a really cool thing. It's really nice to have a little bit more use to the Riot Shield. I think it's going to be a little bit more practical now, especially since, you know, we might have some more open maps with some wider angles that you might not be able to get to opponents very easily in. So now opening up the options for the Riot Shield I think is really cool, and it's just a nice thing to look at, you know. It really reminded me of Gears of War, and I loved, you know, how that stuff worked. It was really, really cool. Now this is something that I think is really important because David Vonderhaar, and I really hope I pronounced that correctly, David Vonderhaar had acknowledged that people wanted something different for the knife. And in this clip, we actually see that the player is not holding anything but the knife. And so I think that that's going to be very important because it may very well mean that you can only use the knife by taking it out specifically, so that you can't use it if you're holding an assault rifle, a shotgun, sniper rifle, or anything like that. I think that this may possibly show that you can only use the knife if you specifically equip the knife. So I think that it's speculation, yes, but I think that it's decently founded speculation. David Vonderhaar had acknowledged that people wanted a different knife, and this could very well be the different knife that we're going to get. Now this is just a small clip because this was really weird. I thought for a minute that that was going to be a Killstreak, that little device that the player picked up, or I guess kind of held up. I'm thinking that what it's going to be is some kind of innate device. I think that what it's going to be is maybe some kind of jammer or something along those lines. I don't think that it's a kill streak because the player didn't get any points once it appeared to be activated. So it's a small thing. I just thought that it was kind of interesting because it's a device that could possibly be in the tactical grenade spot, which would mean that it opens it up to maybe being something different, maybe something a little bit different from the normal. I don't think it's a kill streak. I think that it's something else. And another thing that I wanted to talk about was the player actually had a laser sight on the shotgun. I think that's really, really cool. Laser sights just look really nice. So a cosmetic thing, I'd totally be on board for that. And finally, this last clip, this is actually the same clip, I believe, that we got before, just shown with, I guess maybe what the first clip was maybe a theater mode? Maybe? I don't know. And this is presumably the live play. And what you see at the top of the screen is actually 3 teams. And the announcer, because apparently there's an announcer, they're trying to give it like this competitive vibe. The announcer is saying that it's a multiple team deathmatch or something like that. And you can see the scores of 3 different teams at the very top of the screen. Now, something funny that I noticed was in the bottom right-hand corner, the player has 32 bullets in the clip. And if you looked at the very first clip that showed presumably the same thing, the player only had 28 bullets in the clip. And the player actually used 4 bullets for each kill. So that's kind of funny that I don't know what happened. Maybe they just put that stuff in afterwards. I have no idea. But somehow the player regained 4 bullets within the length of the trailer as they went back in time to redo something that they already did. Mind is blown. If you enjoyed this trailer breakdown, if there's anything that I missed, please leave it in the comments. Let me know. I would love to see it. If there's anything that I missed, leave it there so that I can see it and so that everyone else who visits the video can see it as well. If you really enjoyed the video, I would greatly appreciate it if you would support it. You can support it by leaving a like or a favorite if you so choose. You can also subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more of the content that I put out. I don't always put out a lot of Call of Duty, but you can look at my channel, see what I do put out, and if you like that, go ahead and subscribe. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.